Hello, I'm going to be putting this video on the new moon eclipse time. Just wanted to talk about the karmic ramifications of the eclipse being on the south node of Libra at 10 degrees. If you're memorizing your chart, you want to look at if you have a cardinal sign, which is Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Anywhere 6 degrees or more like 3 degrees leading up to the 10 degrees and then 3 degrees leaving, so give it a orb of 3 degrees, but 10 degrees is where it's at, which is number 1, right? And then next we have the 11, but it's profound for me because it's right on, like right near my 369. It's basically conjunct that. And so Libra, South Node, it's about past life issues, and because it's in Libra, it's kind of like about our soulmate past life, like soul contracts, perhaps. Didn't do much study on it. I'm just kind of doing off the like off the fly here or off the brow interpretation, because there's a lot going on in our lives that only pertains to the quality of the relationships that we are maintaining. And like who we have around us, really, that's really to me. I mean, I don't talk about it much in all of the 12 years of the time I've spent on social media, because we don't really talk about what we hold closest to our heart. We're not going to expose it, and I'm actually deeply concerned about the quality of the human, the quality of the relating that we're doing. No, I don't need to put the word human in there, because this is what we're talking about. It's like, well, is it human or not? Does it need to be converted? Does it need work? There's where I'm sorry, but yeah, we're in the West, and it's rarely even known. It's like, how dare you think that I need work? It's like, bullshit. We come here to evolve. Are you wasting human flesh over and over, coming back to incarnations of hell that you're leaving because you're not waking up even to the slightest possibility that you're coming back to the work that you're doing here? Maybe. So anyway, yeah, no, I mean, God, nobody even thinks of that. It's like, you know what? I don't even know where I am, because my dad's dad, and my mom's mom, and I'm, and where the fuck, and where what? You right? So, yeah, think about that too. See, it's just like the universe is a machine or something, and it needs human beings to render it up through memory. And there isn't any other way. I mean, really, there's just, maybe there's one. It says, yeah, I love my little babies, that goes out and has this dream for me. There's many different, as they say, dimensions or universes. Really, they say universes too. And good luck, well, because well, well, yeah, it depends on what laws you're dealing with, whether or not it's working out. So, getting back to, boy, that mechanism part that creates a balance enough to even have existential reality happen is, Libra points at that. Really, it does. It's not so. It's the only sign that is represented by a machine, a freaking, just a mechanism that goes yay, hither or thither. And there's where it's kind of beyond mind's filtration, but more like just looking at the truth. Really, that's why they make good lawyers and mediators and stuff. They say I love. That's their past key words. But then after the World War II, for some reason, all literature started reading I balance, which is interesting, and I kind of appreciate that more, because we get a sense of what love is actually doing. It's a self-organizing system. See, that's what music is all about. See, Libra rules music. Very weird people, right? You're not. See, if you love music, you must have Libra somewhere. My generation's all about it. There's a generational value of music, if you can say it that way, because really, are we going to bring it back up the true higher learning tool that it really is, after it's been just like trash? It's like, okay, are you done trashing music already with buns shaker over there. We're trying to really maintain our intellectual property, pointing at outer space and then getting back into the possibility that there's the truth there, and you are it. No? See, there's all kinds of weird egoic quality to the possibility of us being here, I guess to say it in a weird way, that is blinding. See, the I love people, the reason why the mechanism works so good is that they're egoless. The Libra, if anybody knows, it's all of a sudden, it's the first realization of the other. It's the, when I go like this, it's because it's the half circle. See, we go from Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Boom. Now we're doing the seventh sign of I am, of the I am, opposed to the I am. See, love says, I'm not. See, this is what a lot of people don't really realize, but because of, we kind of suspect there hasn't been a complete reversal. Do you want to know what was on the first? See, there's a house rulership, and they say that Aries rules the first house, and then Libra rules the seventh house. But it used to be a long time ago. It has been suggested that no, there was a polar shift. See, Mars, they're saying that Mars is the ruler. I have the natural placement of Aries rising, Mars ruled chart. That's we're at home, baby. We're supposed to, but see, they say that there has been a polar shift. Libra used to be the one on the first house, and and it kind of makes sense to me because then see, you would be born into as love, into love. You are not, you don't have a sense of yourself at all, really. You have to kind of extract yourself, and we can think with me about this because there is there's a side to pretty much all of the sciences information that we're handling that in fact we need to be able to look at it and say, no, that has been reversed, and actually here's what it's actually pointing at. It's not really pointing at characters and people. It's pointing at the way that the universe renders up through the human evolution, of the evolution of human consciousness. See, and this might be here a school of just, well, if there's a possibility that you can become human, that's why it's so intense here. Out of all the places in the universe, it's like what's coming off of this plane are creators of worlds. And but if they graduate, away, see, when they're born like unaware that even to become human, which would be the first realization of the self when you look across, if it's Aries in the seventh house, says, I am. Wait a minute. I am. Then see, when it does that, it looks across and sees the I'm not. And there's where it falls in love all over again. It has to search for that part of itself that is the non-self. And yeah, that's where I, in the back of my mind, I do think that there was a reversal. There's a lot of stuff we have to pick up on to be able to put the science back together properly, really. And we do that by getting downloads. And to think of that reverse thing, it's like it's not a problem because out of all the signs, really, it's not a coinky dinky. It's ironic that see. Libra rules the polar opposites. It rules the balance needed that's happening between the two. There isn't anything unequal about men and women being there. They are equals. They are to complement each other, in other words. They make up a one singular spinning energetic phenomena. And it's a necessary to have opposites. See, the way that the man is made, now that we're talking about Mars and Venus and the technology, talk about this kind of design that goes like this. It's the reversal design. Now we're not necessarily talking about going backwards kind of a thing. It's just an inversion, and so really naturally, healthily, that's what we're looking at because what I was downloaded, and this is the way God made it, and a lot of people need to understand this, and it would help men, I think, particularly because like in one of my last videos, I mentioned how that they think that the woman is inferior only because of the way that they treat them. They don't know. It's like that. You see, it's controversial. I don't want to talk about it, but women might be the closest to the image of God than men because they give birth the way that they are benevolent, kind of. Babes, I'm here to tell you that it's been women in my life who I've trusted who said, no, here, you need this and you need that, and they give you food and they do not want to rape you after that. It's just, they're really kind of, they allow what is called, there's something called space, and that is love. It's just an availability to whatever it is that needs that particular space to grow. It's more than the availability, right? It starts to become intelligent. It's something that is creating and growing the potential of things here. And space does that. It's called freedom. You know that freedom is in the room when love is in the air. You know what I mean? So, well, yeah, that it's thank God, because that's the only safety, that's the only shelter in case you have kids. You mind your own business right in front of them, and that is to mind your own freedom, to figure out and remain wholly curious about whatever it is you need to know, and let those downloads come in. So what we get is what we know is that see, they've already said it. It's not me just making this up. Look it up for yourself. It's kind of they obscure the information, but they said it already for us. That a man is 51% male, and he's 49% female. The woman is only 51% female, but 49% man. See, in the core of a man is a woman, and he that's why he's so like designed on the outer for protection, because he has this inner softness that he probably doesn't even want to admit it's there, but he has a thing for his mother. But really, that's him. See, what happens with gene pool extraction? The male gets all of the mother's genes. The female gets both the dad's and the mother's genes. Isn't that weird to think? Now, if you ever can just like rub your eyes again and look at men, you can see their mothers, like who they were, like 100%. You can just see that it's all there. They have that feminine side inside of them, 100%. It's there's the core of them, and you finally dig past the shell that's doing this. See, now women, the core of them is a man, is male, is a darned warrior. That's precisely why she has the facade of, oh, hi, I'm just a flower waiting in the sunshine. Just very, very like. And see, men make the mistake of, oh God, you can hear them and they're just not evolved. They're fucking, it's when they think that a woman is weak or less than, it's like, no, I don't want to be that person. No way. They're like, oh no, not women. And it's like, but you're handling them. See, the reason why you don't want to be them is because of the way you're treating them. First of all, it's the way you're thinking about them. And then what, you're just getting on top of them and stomping on them? And I'm sorry, but you're not around alive women. They don't let people do that to them. Romantically, the sex thing and everything. Try this every once in a while, you guys. That maybe the woman can be interested. Let her get interested, and let her seduce you. How about that? Have you ever been seduced by a woman, or did you just like do a rooster dance around her and really just, the mechanism that is of the truth about how we operate is that if you want a woman, you're a man and you're listening to this, if you want a beautiful woman, if you want her to yield herself to you sexually and every bit of the other way, here's what you do. First of all, you have to be present with her. You have to kind of go and kind of nudge up next to her, and don't be too like intrusive. Approach it like a bee does. Just there's a lot of noise, but they're like gently, like, ugh. I don't know. I've seen bees do some weird stuff, but anyway. And after a while, the flower's like, fine. Yeah, because why? I don't know. No, but see, I'm not going to get into that analogy. We're talking about men and women, and the way that men work is this. Well, they have to feel needed. if you didn't know this, this is the core of who you are because you're a woman inside. And she's very, very oriented to how useful she is. And so then, with that being his core, he's going to try and do all he can on this outer facade, which is to do work. And so here's what you do. If you're a man and you want a woman to, what, you want a blowjob? Well, eventually she's going to yield everything to you. Keep doing this. Go there. Don't talk much. Really, they don't want that. They do all the talking. Look around. Find out, does she need something? Is something like broken there in front of her? Or does she need something? Find out. If she says it, do not let hardly any time between like her wondering when it's going to come or not. Go get whatever it is you see that she needs. Bring it. Plop it down to her. Get the best of it, whatever you can. And keep doing that. If you see something she needs, and she goes, ah, God, this, and then just go, boom. And just don't say much. Don't be an ego. Just say, I thought you needed this. And then walk away. Go home. Do this for 2 weeks. No, do it for, but you see, you should be doing this for 2.5 years. After you figured out you have a friend there that you like. It takes a while for this step. But no, eventually you're going to see if the woman is really, if you guys have a chemistry, she's going to wait for that behavior in you. You know, if you start bringing her the things that she needs, it's all of a sudden she sees that, oh my God, he fixed my faucet. Oh wow, he took care of that window. And didn't even really ask, but then, well, she will say, really, you have to listen. She'll probably say, God, I would really like for this to be this certain way. And you're like, and if you can do it, do it. And then, and don't say much, say, I thought you needed that, and then leave. She is going to go, eventually she's just going to say, you know what? I love this person. What does he need? I bet you he thinks he needs something. And I bet I know what it is. And then she's going to want to just absolutely fucking get on you, whatever you think you need. And a lot of men, they want sex, right? I mean, but see, that's the way you do it. I'm sorry, you have to do that. And then don't mind that she needs that from you. She needs you to be there to what? Open up a jar. You know what I mean? And you like that. You have to feel like that there's a reason that you're getting up in the morning. That's your leader right there, by the way. And then see if she is at all going to yield to her whole self. It's not just sex, babes. She's going to protect you. She smells whatever that you have opened up in the jar and goes, whoa, this is not good. You, on the other hand, as a man, you're going to be halfway through it and you're going to go, wait a minute. I have to go to work. I had diarrhea all day. Well, how's your leader doing over there? Did you know what I mean? I mean, come on, you can work together a little bit. I mean, when you're interested, you don't have to be interested. You can have like a colony of all men over there doing whatever. It's interesting. You can have a colony of all women over there doing whatever. It's interesting. But the moment you think you have an interest, especially if the kids are watching, don't you want to keep it as a natural flow, like what God made here? God made stuff here, and it's not like missing anything. You don't have to like learn about it. You do. What I mean is, you don't have to learn it. It's there. Just can you remain loosely in the natural state? Whoops! There's money over there going. Nope, we've fucking held your ass. Haven't you noticed? This is the hottest fucking spot in the universe. We have Paris Heights. Satan over there saying, you know what? I can't escape, and I don't want anybody else to escape. So how do we do this? First of all, let's convince them that I don't exist. And then annex reality. There you go. Vacuous. 2 + 2 is 5, and men and women don't exist either. Yay!